What up, guys? Today I'll be reviewing the new album by the legendary black metal outfit called Darkthrone. Now, the new album is called The Underground Resistance. This will be whatever album they have in their discography. Now, Darkthrone are a legendary band in the black metal realm, creating such classics as A Blaze in Northern Sky, Transylvanian Hunger, and Panzerfaust. Um, and this is their new record, The Underground Resistance. Now, for the past few records, I would say from like The Cult is Alive, they've been going a much more classic heavy metal meets cross punk influence direction, which has worked out pretty decent for. I mean, they don't tour or anything, so you can't really say it's got a bad reception for live or anything. So it still sounds pretty damn good from everything I've heard, including Circle the Wagons. This is their new album. It clocks in about 40 minutes, which is a very short affair. It's only about 6 tracks. And usually when I see something like that, I expect these tracks to be long and drawn out, but this isn't what I get. Now, the album opens up with Dead Early, which is a great start to this album. Very thrashy and very thrashy, but almost in a mid-pace sense. It's not overbearing like old, very, not really old school thrash where it's just constantly in your face. It's more laid back and just lets you kind of go along for this pure. It's not so serious. It's just a pure enjoying ride that they give you with this first track. Now, the second track, Valkyries, where the changes you really see in the album come out. One, the acoustic intro, which is absolutely beautiful. Two, the clean vocals. The clean vocals on this album are very, I would say, haunting. I mean, they mix really well with the music and kind of the overall theme. And if I heard these actually in early Darkthrone albums, that would actually add to it because they have a lot of reverb and they're very haunting, almost like you're hearing a voice coming out of the fog echoing. And that's what I love about it. You also have some great, just cheesy high power metal screams. I love those, like in Black Gold Rain by All Shall Perish, where he's like, that's awesome to me, and I absolutely love that. And there's a couple on here, particularly like Valkyrie and Leave No Cross Unturned. But Valkyrie's got great lead sections. There's a couple of nice reverb solos, and another thing is the mix on this album. It's Darkthrone mixes are usually hit and miss, especially these days. I mean, old days, you obviously know why, lo-fi, black metal, Satan. But this time they mix it really well. The bass is very audible and gritty, and the guitars are very gritty, but they have that old school Celtic Frost kind of sound to them, which I really like. And this whole album sounds like a mix between like Motorhead, Celtic Frost, and King Diamond or Merciful Fate, depending on your preference, mixed into one extravagant goulash of just awesome musical integrity. And for a band like Darkthrone, who's been doing this so long, to come out with new, fresh ideas for a brand new album is really interesting, especially with Valkyrie. Then you got some really groovy riffs like Lesser Men, and the ones you left behind just has some awesome fucking old school thrash metal album riffs. And of course, the cheesy, great opening scream of Leave No Cross Unturned, which is also their longest song. This is the only song where you'll really feel the really black metal evil sense in it from like the Celtic Frost and the Bathory influences that went into this song. Some great simple song structures too on like the first half of Leave No Cross Unturned and the ones you left behind, where it really shows you don't need overcomplication or very simple repetitiveness to make a great song. Sometimes you can even that out perfectly. That's what I love about this record. And also the vocals, those mix of old school like speed metal vocals and the clean, very reverb vocals, which just they complement each other perfectly. The riffs are highly enjoyable and catchy as hell, with also some surprising variation. It's just an awesome, fun, enjoyable old school heavy metal, and probably one of the most respected underground bands of all time, and also one of the most unusual. Because when I think of Darkthrone, I don't usually think of kind of victory music or victory songs. I think of more of that very cold ice Norwegian forest style with vampires and ghosts lying around. But this album, like its album cover shows, is that they're going for songs that are just pure up. You want to get the fuck out and do something, like fucking slay a dragon or steal like an ancient treasure, and along the way also probably change history. It's really just an enjoyable, fun album I can find myself listening to all the times with a tight production but very gritty production, which I love. The only real downside is that there's not enough. I mean, I'm really liking it. It's highly catchy, enjoyable, simplistic, complicated, well produced, all at the same time. It's awesome. Simple as that. The only complaint is, the time length, and maybe the bass could have turned down a little bit. It's a little too upfront, I think, for a band where Darkthrone with the bass isn't the main thing. But nonetheless, good. So, that's it. Subscribe and comment. Keep it metal. Peace.